है, you will find so many
This call
files.
is now being recorded.
You will find so many WhatsApp files, but we have to select the file called code blocks 20.03 MinGW setup exe file. And this file I have selected because my system supports for 64-bit system, 64-bit based system. So I have selected this one. In case if you have 32-bit, then we also have an option to select the exe file of 32-bit. Then save that file anywhere in your system. Of course, you can even save it on desktop also. Then once if that file is saved, now we have to go for the second step where we install that code blocks. To install that, obviously, after the downloaded part is there, you double click on that installer, and the installer will take you through several several steps. So if you read them, if you have patience, you can read them, but hit multiple times that next several if you want to skip. And finally you'll find that the code blocks installed in your system, and then you launch the code blocks. And once you launch the code blocks, here I'm sharing that, which is already also stored in my system, that I'm trying to store here, I'm trying to explain. So this is what that the shortcut is created on my desktop, called code blocks. This is what that opening screen of that code blocks IDE, and this is what the overall environment where we try to do projects related to C8, C++, and of course even Fortran also. If you want, you can do the programming. So this is what about the overall environment. And fun days, if you are doing any project, then go for that several options you will find. If you go for that new option, we have empty file option is there. You can only create the class file. You can create even project in which all the files you can dump, and the other options we also have. Then suppose if you are already the project which is generated or created, then you can go for that project through opening screen, open option. So likewise various options are there, but important thing is, once if you install that, just check whether what do you say, the settings are proper or not. So for that, what you do, from the menu option, select the settings option, go to environment, and before that just check that compiler whether it is okay or not. When you go to that compiler, here is what that compiler related information is there. In my system, of course, I have multiple compilers, but as I told you already, when you select that WinGW, GCC compiler will default come to the picture, will be installed in your system. And from that particular what do you say, compiler setting, go to toolchain executables, and there you check the path whether the path is WinGW or not. That WinGW is a folder in which we have the what do you say, GCC compiler related all the files. So if it is not there, then check that where it is installed. Mostly these code blocks will be installed in program files. So if you go to the program files, here is that from C, I can show that. Let me show in a different way here. So I'm going for my computers. From computer C, if I select, suppose, then of course we have program files, and in program files, this is what the code blocks which is installed, and this MinGW is what the thing which is related to your compilers, GCC compiler. So this complete path, suppose in case if I select, this is the path should appear there when you go to the compiler option from settings. So I repeat, go to the settings and then go for the compiler option, and from the compiler tool chain executables, you just click that particular tab and check whether the path is correctly mapped or not. So if it is already mapped, well and good. Otherwise, just now I told you that go for that option, then paste that complete path up to MinGW slash. Okay. So this is what very important before we start our environment and before we start doing our programming, right? So this is the way that how we store or we install the code blocks, and now onwards we'll use this only, and how to do several programs, how to store the several programs in a single WhatsApp project, then how to generate the project. All this I'll explain it in the next class, because today we are going to spend only 1 hour, right? So hope that you understand about the steps here. So if you want, I'll go through once again that PPTs. This is what the PPT in which I shared about how to install the code blocks. So go to the website, then download, go to binary, the download binary release option. Then from that, if your operating system is Windows, then select that one from Windows. You will find that code blocks 20.03. Remember, I repeat once again, this setup exe file is for 64-bit. So before you install, check your configuration, system configuration, whether it is a 64-bit or 32-bit. In case if it is 32-bit, we have 32-bit option setup file also there in the same list. So download that particular exe file, store it anywhere your wish, then start installing that one. So to install that, double click that particular exe file and read the steps, follow the instructions. It will take you the journey of also installing the code blocks. So if you want, you can read one by one, or otherwise simply go on, hit the next button, and finally you will find the complete installation of code blocks. And once if the code blocks is installed, run the code blocks and check the compiler option whether the compiler path is completely set or not. So this is what about your installation of code blocks. Is that okay with you, all of you? Yes, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
So hope that if you get any sort of problem, you can ask. I'll clarify them. So our next thing is, in the last class we discussed about super ASCII string problem, right? Hope that you understand. What was that problem, sir? Can anyone repeat that problem? ASCII, super ASCII string problem we discussed in the last class. Anyone, Amma?
Sir, the value of A, B, C will be the actual, like A value will take 1 and B value will take 2 and C value will take 3. And
Fine.
if BBA, like example BBA, and for
Okay.
BBA, A value is only 1 and BB are two variables. It is getting,
Okay.
so here A value is 1 and BB, they are 2. So actual
Okay.
value A value is 2. A value is 1 and BB value is 2. So BB
Okay.
is super ASCII
String,
numbers.
yes, sir. So we are to, once the user has given certain string, the string should contains only A to Z, the two lowercase letters. And byte client country, what it, is stating about a particular string which contains small case A to Z is called as super ASCII only if, what is the main part? ASCII code all are given. The task is to find out whether the given string is super ASCII string or not. And a string is said to be super ASCII string if and only if the count of each character in the string is equal to its ASCII value. Suppose I have taken the BBA is absolutely an example of super ASCII string. Why? Because B occurs twice and A is occurred once. And as per the byte client country, the ASCII codes for A is 1 and the ASCII code for B is 2. Likewise, ASCII code for Z is 26. So 1 to 26 alphabetical order number is given to each, this one letter. Okay, so for A it is given as 1 and for B it is given as 2 likewise. So when we have checked this particular string called BBA, B is occurred twice, and you know that ASCII code for B is 2, of course. And for A, it is given as, A is occurred once, and for A, of course, the code is also 1. So that means what? It is matching with what? ASCII value. It's ASCII value. So therefore, it is a super ASCII. And when coming to the SCCA, it is not a super ASCII string. Why? Because S is occurred once only, and as per the ASCII code is concerned, somewhere I told you that 18, somewhere you will find that the value of S. That means S should repeat 18 times. And C is ASCII code is 3 as per the byte client country. But here C is repeated only twice. So C should be repeated 3 times. But in the given string, it is repeated only twice. And of course, the only character or which is matched is at A, which occurred only once in the actual string. And as per the code is also concerned, the ASCII code for A is also 1. So therefore, from this, what we understand is that SCCA is not a super ASCII string. Right, sir? All of you?
Yes, sir.
So this was
Yes,
the
sir.
Now we'll talk about, we'll discuss about what is the solution. Can anyone tell me how to solve this? I have given hint also, and I got only one response. I don't know who has given that, but it is one way that we can think about the solution for this problem. Who has given that one? Anyone? I got a, post in my WhatsApp.
Srujan.
Yeah, good try, well tried. But if you check about your code, the size of the code is also very lengthy actually. You have taken what's a switch case structure, and in that switch case structure, you have included 26 cases. Am I right? Yes, Amma. So in your solution which you have given, you have added the switch case structure which contains 26 cases. So it's a lengthy, a very lengthy code. So instead of that, what we do, how can we solve this particular problem? So for that, if you read the question carefully, as I told you that in the question itself, it has given that what should be the input and what should be the output and how the output should be. So as per the input output is concerned, the input parameters are what? T, capital T, uppercase letter T, which denotes about how many strings that we are going to store, we are going to give as an input. How many strings that we are going to give as an input is what? Uppercase T is one of the variables which holds the number of strings a user is going to give as an input. And the second one is what? Each
Sir,
string. Suppose,
sir,
yes,
we are unable to see the screen. We are seeing only white sheets, sir.
yeah, I know that. I intentionally hide the algorithm. Don't worry. I'm explaining just. Okay. So otherwise, I'll start with the first one. So algorithm is what? Superstring, super ASCII string or superstring. I'm calling like that. It is taking 3 parameters, and these 3 parameters are what? The actual building blocks we can say about our code, about our problem. So where T stands for the number of strings which we are checking. Okay, suppose if you are checking 2 strings, then T will hold 2. I mean, we have to give as 2. So that's what about the T. And the second one is str string. It starts from 0 to n minus 1. And the maximum size of the string should be 100 characters it can tell. And the count is, of course, the important one, which indicates about that each character occurring how many times. Am I right, all of you? Okay. So I have taken these 3 variables as the input to the algorithm. And the output is very simple. It displays whatever the string is given by the user, whether it is super ASCII string or not. That message will be displayed, right? So how will go then? What is the solution? So let me open my Paint. So I don't have that option actually, Amma. This interactive session, I have to ask about coordinator. Is there any facility to explain? So anyhow, right now I'm taking the support of this Paint. So through which I'll try to explain. So assume that I'm checking 2 strings. I'm interested in checking for 2 strings. And the first string I'm giving called BBA, the same example which we have taken previously, the same I'm taking here also. So BBA is my input string. BBA is my input string. This is what str. str is a variable which is holding this BBA. Right, Amma? So, BBA is a super ASCII string. So what do you have to do? What we have to do, sir? String is ready. Of course, the user has given the string called BBA, whose length is, of course, 3. Now we have to verify whether this is super ASCII or not. And as for our understanding, that BBA is absolutely a super ASCII string. So for that, the third particular array which we have taken, that array is what? Count. The count array, what we do, in which we store the frequency of each character, the count about each character within a string, how many times it is occurred. But the interesting thing is, in case suppose maybe most of you may be thinking that we need 2-dimensional array where in 1 dimension we have to store all the ABCDs up to Z, and in the next in the next dimension we have to continuously store the occurrences of each character, and wherever the character is not present, that character frequency has to be set as 0. So most of you may be thinking that you need a double-dimensional array. But no need to go for double dimensional array. It is enough if you take the single dimensional array. All of you listen carefully, Amma. Listen carefully. How it is possible means, what I will do, A, no need to store in that array of count. The character A no need to store. What I will do, the index value from where actually starts in C language. If you take an array, single dimensional array, where the index will start? From which
Zero.
particular?
Zero.
So what I will
Zero.
do? 0 is my A. The index, very first index called 0 is my A for me. And obviously 1, the index, next index 1 stands for B for me. Likewise, C is 3 and up to 25 I'll go. So the 25th position is what? My Z.
Z.
Yes or no? So if I suppose referring 25th location, all of you, if suppose I am referring 25th location, then you are indirectly referring which character?
Z.
Fine, fine. Suppose if I am referring the 5th character, I mean 5th index value of the array.
F.
F.
Is that F? Because 0 is A.
F, sir.
0, yeah, 0 is
E.
A, 1 is B, 2 is C, 3 is D, and what, sir? E is 4
4.
and 5 is what?
F.
F. It is F. Okay. So likewise, my index value is for my character. No need to store that characters individually. Now what I will do? Say this is what my count. I'm unable to properly type. Please cooperate. In the next session, I will ask the coordinator to facilitate anything like this. So this is what my array. I'm using paint here. So here I'm continuing. Of course, the array is extending. This is my 0th location is A for me, and this is 1. Location 1 is B for me, and location 2 is C for me. Likewise, 3 is D. So I'm continuing like this. So what I'll do, I'll read the string from the starting. So what is the first character of my string? When I'm reading, I obviously have to read the string completely till the end. All of you listen. Initially, the count array will hold zeros, all of you. Whatever the count array of 26 size you have taken, the first, all the 26 locations initially will be stored with zeros because we didn't started counting the characters. So initially you'll find all zeros in this. Then when I start reading each character, so B I am reading, all of you, very important logic here. Listen carefully. First character which I read is B. Now this B, which is occurred once, am I right? All of you, first time B is occurred.
Yes,
so
sir.
initially all are zeros. Now first time B is occurred. So B count I have to increase and should store exactly in the index 1 only, because for me B stands for 1. Index 1 is representing B for me. So in the index 1 location, I should directly go to that index 1 location and it should increase the count. Right now the count is 0. So first time when a B is encountered, I have to go to the B location and should store 1. What to do? How to calculate? What is this logic? Okay, I'll tell you that.
Typecasting, sir.
Typecasting, how it is possible, Amma? No need to go for any typecasting. I'll tell you that. S is, in short, what is S for me? B. Right? Now, as per the original ASCII code system is concerned, can anybody tell me what is the ASCII code of small a?
97.
Very good, 97. And uppercase A, 65. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So the lowercase letters or lowercase alphabets, the first character A starts with a code called 97, ASCII code. Right? So for A it is 97 and B is 98, C is 99. Likewise, the ASCII code sequence is given for lowercase letters or lowercase alphabets. So what I will do when I'm reading, I got B, and from this B, I'll say I want to subtract A. Every time I want to subtract A. So what the X is going to hold? So what that A is going to hold? Let me erase this. This is not S. This is my, say, X, some variable. What this X is going to hold? Anybody? If I say B minus A, anyone?
1.
1.
Can I subtract
1.
first of all? Other students, Amma, can I subtract like this? I'm subtracting alphabets. Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
How about Yeah, very good. So
Yes,
when
sir.
you are, yes, Amma, though you are representing it as small case letters, but okay, while referring to that particular alphabet, it refers to the ASCII code. So what is the ASCII code of B? 98. ASCII
98.
code of B is 98. Minus ASCII code of A is 97.
97.
So what is 98 minus 97?
1.
That is what my index. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
B, I should directly jump to what's that? The Bth index location. The Bth index is 1. So after subtracting like this, I got that X which is holding 1, and 1 is nothing but B for me as per my representation is concerned. So what I will do, I will go to count array. In the count array, in the location of X here, I increment its value. So here, this symbol are used. Okay, this post increment operator I'm using. So indirectly I'm incrementing the array, which location? First location, because X is 1 here for me. So C's first location is this one. Right now it is 0, to which I'm adding 1. So 0 plus 1 is what? 1.
1.
Resultant is 1. Then again, I'll go to my string here. I'll read the next one. The next one is also B for B. And the same exercise I will continue. So X is B, B minus, I mean not X is B, B minus, what is A again? This A is same, every time we have to subtract from A only, any character. Okay, so right now the character which I read is B, from which I'm subtracting A. Again the remainder is 1, I mean the subtraction portion is 1. So I'll go to again the location of 1. C of 1 is how much right now? Anybody? What is C of 1? Updated value? 1. Again I'm incrementing. So the 1 to which again one more 1 will be added. So the resultant is 2.
2.
Right? And then a third character, I will read the third character is A for me. So A minus A is what?
0.
0. So I will go to X of 0. What is X of 0? Right now 0. And I'm incrementing that X of 0 by 1. So therefore the resultant is 1. So finally, after completion of reading the string, the updated count array or frequency array, what I'm finding is that under 0 we have 1, under 1 we have 2. So it is true. I mean, B is occurred twice and A is occurred once. This is what the filling of frequencies of each character by reading the string. And while reading, in case if you find any other symbol other than the lowercase alphabets, in case if you find a symbol called caret symbol or any ampersand symbol like that, if you suppose get, then immediately it should throw an exception saying that it is not a proper string. So we are expecting from the user that he should type a proper string which contains only lowercase alphabets. So likewise, we fill the array. After filling the array, this work is not a big task, and the main logic is this only, of course. Now, how to take the decision, Amma? How to take the decision?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Amma?
Sir, can you please explain again how did we take X for A?
No,
For
X
B
is,
and for A.
okay, I'll tell you, X is a variable for me, an integer variable. X is for me an integer variable in which I'm going to store the resultant value after the operation of character minus A. A is common. Every time whichever the character I'm reading from the string, from that string, whatever the character is read, from that I'll subtract A. Suppose Amma, if AC is having something called D, B, C, suppose. So what I will do while reading the characters of the string, first character is D for me. So I'll do the operation D minus A. Okay, and this D minus A resultant value, I'll store it in some variable called X, which is integer variable, all of you. So what is D, Amma? ASCII code of D?
100, sir.
100, sure? Then calculate. I mean, A is 0, B is 1, C is 2, D is, of course, 3. Okay, so D is, I mean, not 1, 2, 3, sorry, 97, 98,
100 minus
99, okay, 100 minus, what is A?
97.
7.
What is 100 minus 97?
3.
3.
100 minus 97? 3.
3.
So this 3 is what, sir? It's an index representing
D.
what? D.
D.
So there what I will do, I will go to the array C of 3. X is 3 kadama. All of you, x is holding 3 kada. So I am reading
Yes.
the location C of 3. So I'll directly go to the C of 3 location, which currently having 0. That value I'm incrementing. This is the incrementing symbol. I'll tell you all these operators nevertheless. Okay. So that means 0, when I'm incrementing, it will be incremented by 1 only. The prefix and postfix incrementers will increment only 1. So ఇంత ముందు 0 only, ఇప్పుడు ఏమైంది 1 అయిపోయింది. So this is the way that how I am calculating the index of the alphabet which I am reading from the string, and directly I am able to locate to that particular one, and within that location simply I am incrementing that particular value depends upon the number of occurrences. Right, Amma? Any doubt
Yes,
still?
sir.
Good.
Clear.
Sir, understand.
Okay, Namma. Now, ఇప్పుడు మన original string BBA కదా? Okay, Namma. So tell me actual logic. ఇదేమో, this is what the first half of your problem, where we go on calculate the frequencies and we prepare a frequency table. And frequency table is my array for me right now. Now, how to
Sir?
take the decision? Sama.
Is the string, this problem is only for lowercase letters or for both lowercase and uppercase?
No, Amma. Just this is for lowercase letters only. If you
Okay,
read the
sir.
problem, in the problem it is clearly mentioned that
Okay, sir.
they are considering only lowercase letters of A to Z. Good question. Suppose if that fellow is changed to any other one or a mixer of both uppercase and lowercase, then of course the thinking strategy will be different. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Right, Amma. Fine. So, what is the decision? How to take the decision? Is that possible? Manaku just ఇక్కడ frequencies పట్టుకొని మనం ఏం చేస్తాం? Okay, BBA మన string. BBA is our string. Fine. Done. BBA related frequency table is created. It's a time to take the decision. How to take the decision, Amma? Anybody?
Index plus 1 is equals to
We'll equal the frequencies, like A value is 1 and how much count we'll check for A variable.
Index
Okay.
For B variable also we'll
index
check.
value plus 1 is equals to the value in the index.
Okay, but how you will take the decision of this? ఎందుకంటే if we think in that way, both the things whatever that you are explained in that way, if you suppose think, then one of your candidate, those who send about the solution having switch case structures of 1 to 26 and verifying, that takes a lot of time. Your size of the code drastically increases. So how, in short, we can decide whether the string is what do you say, super ASCII or not? I'll tell you, Amma. I'll tell you. What do? You read the count array. Amma, all of you, listen. Read the count array. Before you start reading the count array, assume that every string that user which has given is super ASCII. Ankondi. Pratidi super ASCII ankondi. So BBA naku super ASCII. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయండి, once if you assume that every string is super ASCII, that is what a flag variable I have taken, flag, and the flag variable is going to hold true, means assume that every string is super ASCII, right? Okay, Amma.
Yes,
Now what do you do?
sir.
After assuming, suppose while testing, in case if you fail, if any condition is violated, then immediately change the flag value from true to false. And once if you do all these exercises of checking each and every location of your count array, come out of that and check finally what is the value that flag is holding. If the flag is still holding true, then it is super ASCII. Otherwise, if the flag value is changed from true to false, then it is not a super ASCII. So what I will do here for this case, assume that it is true. I am assuming that BBA is a super ASCII string. So I will read the count array, and while reading the count array, all of you, while reading the count array, my interesting thing is I want only the location which is not 0. Non-zero locations only I want. If I found in the count array, if I found any location which is non-zero, then that location I'll compare with the index value plus 1, not directly index value. Index value plus 1. I repeat once again, Amma. I repeat. Count array start chestanu. Count array start cheyadaniki say I, okay, starting from 0. I takes from 0 goes up to 25. 0 to 25. Okay, Nama? So let us start tracing this. So first location, when I is 0, you are referring this location because this is 0th location. That means you are indirectly referring A. So for I is equal to 0, which is non-zero for me because this location is holding 1. And this is non-zero. If this is non-zero, it should be equal to I plus 1 always. It should be equal to I plus 1. What is I? Anyone? What is I?
Index.
How much initially it is holding? How much
Zero.
initially? 0. And what is the first location of count array? Is that 0 or non-zero location?
Non-zero location.
Non-zero because it's holding 1 amma. Location index కాదు, index 0 నే, కానీ లొకేషన్ అంటే ఈ ఫస్ట్ లొకేషన్ లో వాల్యూ 1 ఉంది. నాకు కావాల్సింది అదేనమ్మా, అరేలో నాన్ జీరో లొకేషన్స్ ఐఎమ్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ ఫస్ట్ నాన్ జీరో లొకేషన్ ఐ ఫౌండ్. అండ్ దట్ నాన్ జీరో లొకేషన్ వాల్యూ ఏదైతే ఉందో దాంట్లో ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ఈక్వల్ టు ఇండెక్స్ వాల్యూ ప్లస్ 1. ఇండెక్స్ అంటే హూ ఇస్ మెయింటైనింగ్ ఇండెక్స్? విచ్ వేరియబుల్ ఇస్ మెయింటైనింగ్ ఇండెక్స్? I is maintaining index. My initial value of I is what?
0.
It is a loop, amma. This is a loop which starts from 0 to 25. So 0 is my initial value. 0 plus 1 is 1, amma. All of you, 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay, amma, some disturbance I'm finding. Please unmute. When I ask, just respond. So I plus 1 is 1, and the non-zero, first non-zero location is also having 1, amma. All of you, right? So it is matched. Next, what I will do, I gets incremented, I will become 1. In the next increment, I will become 1, and I'll go to the first location, which is, next location, which is non-zero location. Of course, this is again, and this non-zero location is holding how much, amma? 2. And what is I plus 1? 2. So it is also matched. Am I right?
Yes.
Then when I go for the third one, this is 0th location. I'm not interested in 0th location. I am not at all interested in the locations which are holding 0. So this is a location which is holding 0. This is also a location holding 0. Likewise, all remaining locations are holding 0, and I'm no way interested in them. Okay. So the condition both are true, and nowhere the flag is changed. Flag is still remained true only. ఇన్ కేస్ సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ బి అనేది 1 అయిందమ్మా, ఒక నిమిషం చూడండి, బిఏ అని ఒకటి సింపుల్ స్ట్రింగ్ తీసుకున్నా, అప్పుడు బిలో ఎంత ఉంది చెప్పండి? కౌంట్ అరేలో బిలో ఏముంటుంది? 1 ఉంటుంది. రైట్ అమ్మా, ఫస్ట్ ది మ్యాచ్ అవుతుంది. వెన్ ఐ ఇస్ 0, the 0th లొకేషన్ నాన్ జీరో వాల్యూ ఇస్ 1, అండ్ ఐ ప్లస్ 1 ఇస్ ఆల్సో 1. ఇది మ్యాచ్ అయింది. కానీ బిలో 1 ఉంటుంది. ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ద స్ట్రింగ్ బిఏ, బి విల్ హోల్డ్ 1, ద లొకేషన్ బి విల్ హోల్డ్ 1, and it is not equal to I plus 1. Am I right? I have to compare with I plus 1. Remember, why I plus 1 means I am starting my index with 0. So B lo 1 undi, I plus 1 emo 2. This is not matched. And once if the unmatched thing is encountered, I will change my flag from true to false. I will fix false. So final ga bayitiki vachin tarvata, once if this loop is exhausted, and when you come out of this loop, we verify all the locations. Okay, after verification is over, and when you come out of the loop, best we have to check the flag status. Is that flag is still remained true, or it has changed to false? In case if it is changed to false, simply print that it is non-ASCII, non-super ASCII string. And in case if still remained true, then simply we have to display that it is what, sir? Super ASCII string. So this was that, amma. కొద్దిగా ఇలాగే కొద్దిగా పేషెన్స్ తో వినండి, చాలా బాగుంటుంది. ఇది ఇనిషియల్ గా, మళ్ళా వన్స్ యూ ఎన్కౌంటర్ ద వే, ఇఫ్ యూ సపోజ్ గెట్ ఇన్ టు మై వే ఆఫ్ స్టైల్ ఆఫ్ టీచింగ్, దెన్ ఐ అండర్స్టాండ్. ఓకే, సో హియర్ ఇస్ వాట్ మై algorithm. The same thing I have added as part of this. So input auto, I explained it, and for t I is equal, so for I is equal to 1 to t is number of strings we are verifying. Suppose if you are interested in verifying for 3 strings, t will hold 3. Otherwise, whatever the value I have given, that many times the loop will continue. Now immediately what I will do, I'll read the string, str string. Before reading, I'll allocate the memory, required memory, then I'm reading the string. So when the reading string means we expect something input from the user, and then string is ready. After getting into that string, now that string we have to read starting from 0 to end character of string. Okay, still all the characters we have to read from the string one by one. Then we have to verify if this string value, I mean the string character, if it is lies between A and B, string character lies between A and B, then you accept it. Otherwise, you go to else part. Amma ikkada important chudandi. You go to else part and say that it is invalid. That means user has to type only the string which contains lowercase alphabets. If the user has typed any other than lowercase letter, it will directly go to else part and will print invalid string. Okay, so likewise, a valid string only we are accepting, and for the valid string, the calculations which I explained it, here is what the statement we have. X is equal to str of c minus a. And then in the count array x location, I'm incrementing its value. This is what about the frequency array generation. This particular for loop is denoting about how to generate the frequency array. Then this is what the testing array, testing phase. In this testing, I'm assuming that temp is 1. I told you that why I'm taking that flag. It's a flag variable for me. It is initially 1. And I'll again read the complete count array. Now, no need to go for string array because string array related frequencies are already stored in the count array. I'm interested in count array. So only non-zero location count arrays, I mean count locations only in the count array I'm interested. If it is non-zero, see the second half amma, if c plus 1 is not equal to count of c and count of c is not equal to 0. That means while reading the location of the count array, the frequency array, you just concentrate on the non-zero locations only. And if you find any non-zero location, that non-zero location value should be equal to the index value plus 1. What is my index here? C is my index. C is holding index value plus 1. If none of these two, if any of these two are failed, then I'll change the flag value from 1 to 0. That is true to false, I'll change. Likewise, I'll fix the flag variable. Then after coming out, finally, I'll check that if temp is still holding 1, then it is super array. Otherwise, it is not a super ASCII string. Yes, all of you, any doubt?
No, sir.
Excuse me,
Okay.
sir.
Chapan, if anybody is having doubt, Chapan.
Sir, you said that it will be turning from true to false if it is not correct. So won't it turn back from false to true if we get another correct?
No, ma. Remember where I wrote the flag variable above for loop here. Here is that. And నేను ఫర్ లూప్ లో చేంజ్ చేసింది టెంపు ఏ ఒక్కసారి చేంజ్ చేసినా బయటకు వచ్చేస్తా విన్నారా మళ్ళీ రీసెట్ కాదమ్మా మీ క్వశ్చన్ అదే కదా ఈజ్ యువర్ టెంప్ వాల్యూ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ టు రీసెట్ టు 1 మీన్స్ నో ఇనిషియలీ ఐ సెట్ ఇట్ టు 1 and within this exercise of checking if I found any false, if this condition is false or if this there are two conditions in this, if any of these two are false, then I will change my flag variable from 1 to 0, and for me 0 is false and 1 is true. Vintunaramma? So malli reset kaadu ikkada. Temp will not reset again to 1 because your control will not go back to this position. I told you in the beginning that flow of execution will be from top to bottom, and your control will never go back again, reset the temp to 1. అది ఇనిషియల్ గానే 1 ఫిక్స్ చేసాం. ఒక్కసారి టెంప్ 1 నుంచి 0 అయిందంటే మళ్ళీ 0 నుంచి 1 అవ్వడం కాదు, ఎందుకంటే దాని ఎల్స్ పార్ట్ రాయలేను నేను, ఇలా అంటలేను నేను. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ సేయింగ్ లైక్ దిస్. లెట్ మీ టైప్ ఎల్స్ temp is equal to 1. ఇలా అంటలేను నేను. I'm not saying like this. I didn't use else case here. I use only if case, and in the if case, if any of these two conditions are false, then change the temp value from 1 to 0. And after coming out of this loop, ఈ statement అనేది loop తర్వాత ఉందమ్మా. So after coming out of this loop, the temp either will have 1 or it will have 0. ఏదైనా ఒకటే వాల్యూ ఉంటుంది దాంట్లో. If still temp remains 1, then we say it is super ASCII. Otherwise, simply we say it is not a super ASCII. Okay, and these two additional lines why I have used is we have to clear all the buffers. Amma, ఇది ఎందుకంటే you are checking for multiple strings కదా. T అంటే 2 ఉంది అనుకోండి, you are checking 2 strings. If T is 3, you are checking for 3 strings. So అలాంటప్పుడు this str variable should hold multiple strings, and the old string has to be erased. So this is what the reset statement, deleting all that, clearing the buffers and all, array buffers, I mean array memory locations to be cleaned, and we should reallocate the memory and should read fresh string, and then again the same process we have to continue. Okay, so let me explain this through execution. This was the same code, ekkada change cheyledamma. నేను ఏదైతే అల్గరిథం రాశానో ఆ అల్గరిథం యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గా నీకు కోడ్ లా కన్వర్ట్ చేశాను. ఓన్లీ థింగ్ ఇస్ దట్ ఇన్ ద అల్గరిథం యూజ్ డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ words. Here I'm using the standard words which are applicable. So let me run this. To run this one, go to build, compile the content. After compilation, of course we are getting warning only, but we didn't get any error. So now after doing that, I'll go to run the program. To run the program, you can again go to build and you can press run. Okay sir, chudandamma, is that okay, all of you? Is the screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let me check for 3 strings. I'm interested in checking for 3 strings. So T is 3 for me. Ante kada? Okay, your system is ready to test for 3 strings. Okay, then enter the string. First string we have to enter. Shall I enter BBA the same?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, uppercase it is taking. Let me change. BBA is what my string I have given. What is the answer we got?
Super string.
Yeah, let me take it down here. I think this is visible now, or otherwise I enlarge this. It is a super string, right? Now we have to test for the second string, because we are allowed to give 3 strings test cases. 3 test cases you are allowed to give. First test case is over. I'm taking the second test case. Shall I type something called CCABB? Anyone? I have given the next string testing test case is what do you say?
Non-super ASCII, sir.
It is non-super. Shall I press? Let me see the answer. What I'm going to get.
Yes, sir.
No, the string is not a super ASCII string. The string CCABB is not a super string. Anochindi. Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
third
sir.
test case. Mir cheppandi anyone? Tell me the third test case.
Special characters.
Edamma?
Special characters, sir.
Okay, special character, something called, shall I type percentile ADF something? Okay.
Yes.
What is the answer we got?
Invalid string.
Of course it is taking yes also, but before that we break rayadam marchipoyanu. So if you break that, you'll come out of that loop. Okay, but anyhow we got the message invalid string, right? So this was that how to run the code in, what do you say, your code blocks. So let me run once again. Let me test 2 more strings here. My first string is DDDDA CCCBB. Anyone?
Super ASCII. Super ASCII.
Super ASCII.
Yeah, it is super ASCII. Yes, the string is super ASCII. Okay, let me go for the second testing case. SBBA.
Non-super ASCII.
Not a
S-
super ASCII.
Not a Rupegas. S should occur 18 times, but whereas in my string
18
S is
times.
occurred only once. So no, the string SBBA is not a super string. Akamida? So
Yes,
this is what the code as it is. Amma code lo emi ledu, algorithm no as it is ga translate chesanu nenu, ekkada kuda cheyaledu, konni break లాంటివి అవి తీసుకున్నాను నేను అంతే. ఓకేనా? ఈ వార్నింగ్స్ రావడానికి కారణం ఏంటి అమ్మా, ఈ బ్రేక్ ఓన్లీ ఎల్స్ లో వాడాము, ఇఫ్ లో వాడలేదు. సో ఇంబ్యాలెన్సింగ్ యూసేజ్ ఆఫ్ బ్రేక్ అనే ఒక వార్నింగ్, ఇలా కొన్ని వార్నింగ్స్ ఇచ్చింది కానీ ఎర్రర్స్ లేవు. ఓకేనమ్మా? So I'll explain that how to overcome that from the warnings and all. Fine. And it is also giving some warning about malware. Okay, all this we'll discuss in the next lessons. So this is what about the super ASCII related algorithm and its code. Hope that you understand, right, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let us go for the third topic called Amma. Slowly we are moving towards C, and from Monday onwards, don't miss the classes, because we are going to seriously start that. And of course, I'll try to change the setup where I can easily write the things instead of taking the support of your paint and all that, which is trouble for me. I'll take a separate method where I can easily write the things and all that. I can explain them, so it will become very easy for you and for me also. Anyhow, so let us start with the signature of C. Anybody know about what is the signature of C?
Sir, doubt, sir.
Machappa.
Sir, how did you assign A equal to 0 and A equal to 1 in the program, sir?
Now, it is not my assignment, Amma, my assumption. My assumption is,
how did you do that in the program, sir? Like
that's what you put here. The other way is that you can take the two-dimensional array. Inko paddhati endamma ante ingo cheptanu malli. Let me open the paint here. The other method is I can take the two-dimensional array like this one. Okay. Two-dimensional array. A two-dimensional array lo em cheyochu ante nenu first dantlo A pettesi second dantlo dan frequency. Second location B, third location C, fourth location D. Ila this particular row is meant for storing all the what? Alphabets.
Correct.
And in the next location, I'll store their occurrences, frequency value. So this is for me frequency, and this is what the character. This way also I can do. Kani unnecessary మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, ఇది అవసరమే లేదు కదా మనకి representation. Okay, for me, no need to represent, no need to explain to the compiler that the character, this particular location is, this location is holding the character A. నేనేమంటాను, నా assumption ఏంటంటే A is nothing but 0 for me. My assumption is A is 0 for me, B is 1 for me, C is 2 for me. Likewise, if I reach to Z, for me the Z is 25 for me. Amma, వింటున్నారా?
Yes, sir.
సో ఇదే నేను దీంతో కంపేర్ చేస్తా. ఇప్పుడు నేను I is equal to 1 ఉంది, ఇక్కడ 2 ఉందమ్మా. సపోజ్ D దగ్గర 4 ఉంది. ఏదో స్ట్రింగ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసినప్పుడు D లో 4 ఉందమ్మా. ఇండెక్స్ ఎంత? 3. ఓకే, సో I వాల్యూ ఇండెక్స్ ఏముంటుంది, యాక్చువల్ గా 3 ఉంటుంది దాంట్లో. కానీ నేను చెక్ చేసేది 3 తోనా I+1 తోనే? I+1 ఎంత? 4. ఈ లొకేషన్ థర్డ్ లొకేషన్ లో వాల్యూ ఎంత? 4. ఇది ఉన్న ఆ లొకేషన్ +1. ఇండెక్స్ +1 వాల్యూ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇండెక్స్ వాల్యూ. ఇండెక్స్ లో ఉండే వాల్యూ 4, ఇండెక్స్ +1 కూడా 4. సో బోత్ ఆర్ మ్యాచ్డ్. అంటే దాని అర్థం ఏంది? D అనే for me what is D? For me what is D?
D is 4.
No, D is 3.
Okay, index value is 3.
Or the other way, నేను ఇలా అడగొచ్చు. What is 3 for me?
D value.
D. What is 5 for me?
F.
Or the other way, what is F for me?
5.
5. All right. If I refer 5, it is nothing but F for me. If I refer F, if I'm in mind, I'm referring F, then it is for me is 5. బట్ కౌంట్ అనేది 0 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ కాదు కదా, మనం ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చేసేది 1 పెరుగుకుంటూ పోతుంది కనుక దాని వాల్యూని కంపేర్ చేయాలి. అంటే +1 చేసి చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే వాడు ఇచ్చిన ఏదైతే వాడు ఏ ల్యాండ్ అమ్మా, వాట్ ఇస్ దట్ ల్యాండ్?
Byte world.
బైట్ వరల్డ్ ల్యాండ్ వాడు ఏం చేశాడంటే ఏకు 0 ఇవ్వలేదు, వాడు ఏకు 1 ఇచ్చాడు, బీకు 2 ఇచ్చాడు. హిస్ కోడింగ్ స్టైల్ స్టార్టెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ 1 to 3, but whereas in C language, for me the index starts from where?
0.
So నేను ఇప్పుడు ఏతో కంపేర్ చేయాలంటే 0 అని డైరెక్ట్ వస్తుందా, లేదా 0+1 అనాల్సి వస్తుందా?
0+1.
సిమిలర్లీ నేను F ను రిఫర్ చేయాలంటే డైరెక్ట్ 5 అని అన్నా, 5+1 అని అన్నా? 5+1. F 5+1, ఎందుకంటే B C is 3, D is 4 and E is 5. ఇది దేని ప్రకారం? బైట్ ల్యాండ్ ఓన్ ప్రకారము వాడిచ్చిన కోడింగ్ ఇది. కానీ నేను ఇచ్చిన కోడింగ్ 0 నుంచి అవుతుంది కనుక నేను బైట్ ల్యాండ్ కోడ్ తో కంపేర్ చేయాలంటే నాకు వచ్చిన ఇండెక్స్ వాల్యూకి నేను ప్రతిసారి ఏం చేయాలి,
+1.
1 యాడ్ చేయాలి. దట్స్ వాట్ అబౌట్ ద లాజిక్. ఇది క్లియర్ అయిందమ్మా? ఎవరైతే డౌట్ అడిగారో?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So anyhow, it's already 7 amma, almost. So it's better I will stop here, because once if I start this one, then again things will prolong. So from Monday, seriously we'll start from here. Signature of C language, structure of C language, the other way we can say. Mali inkotamma konni inputs ivalanuntunnanu. The important inputs is when I'm teaching about C language, simultaneously sometimes I may even take the I may explain about the C++, few features. Okay, what are there in C and what are not there in C++, or what are there in C++ which are not there in C. Sometimes I may deviate from C and I'll try to explain the C++, because it is my very much favorite language. I did get a chance to explain, but it is one of my favorite programming languages called C++. So when I'm explaining about C, I even explain about the C++ also. Right, Amma? That's what one thing I want to say. Second thing is, ఇవాళ అడిగినట్టుగానే మీరు ఎంత చక్కగా ఇంటరాక్టివ్ లో ఉండండి. ఇంటరాక్షన్ తో మీరు అలర్ట్ ఉంటారమ్మా క్లాస్ లో. లేకపోతే ఏమైతుందంటే కొద్దిగా నేను చెప్పాను, అందుకొరకే I started in the yesterday's class with F2, fun and frustration. If you concentrate, you enjoy. If you won't concentrate, అదేమైతుందంటే స్లోగా డిటోరేట్ అయిపోయి మీరు మిస్ అవుతారు లెక్చర్. నాకు ఫేస్ టు ఫేస్ చాలా ఇష్టం అమ్మా. People, students, when they are in front of me, then I enjoy like anything in that class. But in online like this, I cannot see everyone's face, what they are doing and all. And remember, it is for your sake. It is not any academic class and all. ఇది మీరు ఎక్స్ట్రా నేర్చుకుంటున్నారమ్మా. సో నేను అంతే ఎఫర్ట్స్ పెట్టాల్సి వస్తుంది, విన్నారా? నేను ఆ పీపీటీస్ తయారు చేయాలి, దాని తర్వాత అంతా ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ సెట్ చేయాలి, చాలా విషయాలు ఉన్నాయి. దాదాపు 1 day స్పెండ్ చేయాలి వాళ్ళ క్లాస్ కోసం. అంటే నేనేం ఫస్ట్ ప్లాన్ చేయాలి, నేనేం చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నా, ఏ ఆర్డర్ లో పోవాలి, ఇన్ విచ్ ఆర్డర్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు గో. సో మెనీ థింగ్స్ హ్యావ్ టు ప్లాన్. ఈవెన్ టైపింగ్ మిస్టేక్స్ కూడా లేకుండా చూడాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఇవాళ కూడా మళ్ళీ నేను వెరీ ఇనిషియల్ స్టేజ్, ఇఫ్ యూ సీ ద ఫస్ట్ స్లైడ్ వేర్ టైపింగ్ మిస్టేక్ ఈస్ టేకన్ ప్లేస్. సో లైక్ వైజ్ ప్రతి ఏరియాని నేను చూసుకుంటూ కేర్ఫుల్ గా ఎడిట్ చేసి ఫైనల్ గా by 6 o'clock I should get ready. Okay na? So my efforts are a lot. Okay, so I'll put my maximum efforts. The only expectation from your side is try to listen carefully. You are chana manchiga unna interaction. I felt very happy because whatever the doubts that you have asked, I maximally tried my level best to justify the things or to explain the things. కొద్దిగా ఇంటరాక్షన్ ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది, దెన్ నేను కోఆర్డినేటర్స్ ద్వారా దాన్ని క్లియర్ చేసుకునే ప్రయత్నం చేస్తాను. ఓకేనమ్మా? ఇవి నా ఇన్పుట్స్ అమ్మా. డోంట్ ట్రై టు డిటోర్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్, జస్ట్ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్. ఇన్ కేస్ యూ ఆర్ డైవేటింగ్, జస్ట్ టేక్ ఎ బ్రేక్ ఆఫ్ 2-3 minutes and again start concentrating on my lecture. If you want, I will repeat multiple times, no problem at all. Our main motto is that we have to learn the additional things, and I have not seriously started my C language yet. And from Monday onwards, definitely I will start my C language, and for every concept in depth I will go. నేను ఇంకా కొద్దిగా హ్యాబిచువేట్ అయినట్టు అయింది నిన్నటికంటే ఇవాళ క్లాస్ లో. I got a confidence because సెటప్ నాకు ఏం ఇస్తుందో, ఏం ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఇస్తుందో అని భయం వేసింది. So today I didn't face any such a problem of any setup or my laptop problem and all. Okay, anyhow, things went well today. The same thing we'll expect in the future classes also, and the same thing I'm expecting from you also. All EC, EEE, CSC and IT students, listen carefully the class, and if you have any sort of doubts, clear them. If I'm unable to explain on the spot, no problem, I'll definitely refer them, and I'll through WhatsApp or through any other media, I'll definitely answer to your questions if I'm unable to immediately respond. Definitely I'll maximally respond it immediately. In case suppose if I am failed in responding immediately, I'll respond it definitely in the next immediate class or in an immediate session. I'll post the answers for you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
You
you,
want
sir.
to say- Thank you, Amma. Thank you. Or you want to say
Thank you,
anything
sir.
from your side?
Sir,
Sir,
could
Can
we-
you forward the slides after each class?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Let me show you. I'm maintaining the slides also this way, Amma. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే This is the 3rd February. February kaadu. It should be 3rd. What was my first class?
March.
March,
3rd.
3rd,
So for 3rd March, and then next one is what?
5th March.
5th March.
Sir, should we install the code?
Like this, I'll save the PPT, Samma. Okay, Nama?
Yes, sir. Sir, should we install code blocks?
Yeah, you try. Yeah, very good. You try to install your code blocks, remove your Turbo C. Suppose your system contains any Turbo C version or Turbo C compiler or any VC++ compiler, all that. ఏమున్నా తీసేసేయండి. ఓకే, వాళ్ళు చెప్పిన సెటప్ మీరు ఫాలో అవ్వండి. దాంట్లో మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే చూసుకోండి, లేకపోతే మీరు గూగుల్ చేసినా మీకే దొరుకుతుంది. నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఇఫ్ యూ గూగుల్ దట్. చెప్పండి అమ్మా, చెప్పండి.
Sunday are we having exams, sir?
ఓకే ఓకే,
Sunday.
సండేనా? ఈ సండే మనం ఇంకా సీరియస్ గా స్టార్ట్ చేయలేదు కదమ్మా, ఇది సి లాంగ్వేజ్.
Okay, sir.
సో కనుక నేను కోఆర్డినేటర్స్ ను రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తా, ఈ సండే ఒక్కసారి మీరు ఫ్రీగా, మిమ్మల్ని ఫ్రీగా వదిలేమని చెప్పేసి. విన్నారా? నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్ నుంచి మాత్రం సీరియస్ గా ఉంటుందమ్మా. నాకు తెలియదు ఎంత డెప్త్ లో పోతానో, చాలా ఒకసారి డీవియేట్ అవుతాను. డీవియేట్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ సబ్జెక్ట్ బయటకు పోను, కానీ ఆ పర్టికులర్ టాపిక్ లోనే బాగా లోపలికి వెళ్ళేసి బయటకు వద్దాం మనం. నాకు ఒకటే కావాల్సింది ఏంటంటే మీ తరపు నుంచి ప్రాపర్ కోఆపరేషన్. కోఆపరేషన్ అంటే మీరు నాకు స్వీట్లు తెచ్చాల్సిన పని లేదు, వింటే చాలు. విన్నారమ్మా? క్లాస్ ను ప్రాపర్ గా వినండి. దట్ ఈస్ మోర్ దాన్ ఎనఫ్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ మొత్తం సి లాంగ్వేజెస్ స్పెండ్ చేద్దాము. నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ తర్వాత ఆ నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ లో రోజు ఒక కోడ్ బ్లాక్ సంబంధించిన ప్రాబ్లం ఇస్తాను. విల్ డిస్కస్ దట్ ప్రాబ్లం జస్ట్ 5 to 10 minutes. ఓకే, దాని తర్వాత హింట్ ఇచ్చి వదిలేస్తాను. అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యూ దట్ వాట్ యూ హావ్ టు డూ. యూ హావ్ టు థింక్ అబౌట్ దట్ ప్రాబ్లం ఆన్ యువర్ ఓన్. ఓకే, డోంట్ కాపీ ఫ్రమ్ ఎనీవేర్. On your own, you have to think about that problem, and in the next session, the same problem we'll discuss it through execution also, algorithm and execution. Incoming doubts, Amma? Cheppanam.
Is it enough to listen to your classes and do the problem, sir, or any other external resources are required?
Actually, we can't say what the code bit of people are going to ask. The things which we are explaining in Natirul, that the same thing will be asked in the examination. My explanation or my way of thinking is that I will try maximum level best to increase your logical ability, how to think logically about a particular problem. Mathematical logic is what are the other types of logics involved in that problem. That way my motto is there. Ante nenu mee logical abilities ni penche prayatnam matram 100% చేస్తానమ్మా. ఓకేనమ్మా? అయితే మీకు గ్రిప్ వచ్చేటట్టు చూస్తాను. ఇట్స్ నాట్ లైక్ యాజ్ యువర్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ వేర్ యూ సింప్లీ రిమెంబర్ ద ఫార్ములా అండ్ యూ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఫ్యూ క్వశ్చన్స్ సో దట్ యూ కెన్ అటెండ్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్. విన్నారా? అలా కాదు ఇక్కడ. వాడు ఏదైనా అడగొచ్చు, కానీ 100% ఐఎమ్ షూర్ దట్ ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ద సెషన్స్ విల్ డెఫినెట్లీ గెట్ ఎ గుడ్ గ్రిప్. విల్ ట్రై. ఐ మీన్ టెస్ట్ లో కూడా కండక్ట్ చేస్తాం కదా. ఓకే, వేరియస్ టెస్ట్ కండక్ట్ చేస్తాము. విల్ ప్లాన్ అవర్ ఓన్ క్వశ్చన్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ ఈక్వలెంట్ టు ద లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్ వీటా. So there you will definitely able to do it. Thinking power పెరుగుతుంది, లాజికల్ అబిలిటీస్ పెరుగుతుంటాయి, ఇవన్నీ పెరుగుతాయి. కానీ గ్యారంటీగా
will it be MCQs type, sir? Sunday question assessment?
Yeah, they may also MCQs only mostly. నేను ఇచ్చేది ఏమైనా ఉంటే, if I want to give anything as an assignment or related to code beta like that, then I'll post in WhatsApp separate, and I will of course give the time also, don't worry. Mostly that Sunday exams will be of MCQ type only. Okay
sir.
Any other doubts, Amma? Any other
Sir.
doubts? Cheppandamma.
Sir, I have Dev C++ software. Is it enough, sir?
Yeah, of course. Then if it is the case, do one thing. The code blocks along with GCC we install, na? So just IDE mattike install cheyandamma. Don't go for GCC option. So when you go for the binary release, in the list of all the setup files, only IDE you install it. Don't go for GCC compiler along with IDE. Okay. After installing the IDE, you said that InterDev CPP package is there. I mean, compiler is there with you. So,
Yes,
మీరు
sir.
ఏం చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది, you have to change the path, compilation path. Today I shown, na?
Yes, sir.
WinGW, how we set the compilation path. Now, what you do after installing only the IDE portion, go to that setting options. In the setting options, compiler option. From compiler option, select the compiler which you have in your system. Okay.
Okay, sir.
It supports so many compilers. It's only Turbo C is not available. Other than Turbo, all other compilers, of course, supported by your code blocks IDE. VC++ it supports. Okay. Intel C++ it supports. Borland C it supports. Borland C it supports. Likewise, almost all the C compilers except Turbo C it supports. So if you have already in your system any of these compilers, then don't go for WinGW setup file. Simply you install only IDE, code blocks IDE part only you install, and then set the particular compiler option to your compiler, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, Nam. Any other Sama? Any other doubt?
Sir, if we have Turbo C++ in our system, we have to remove it and install this on IDE, sir.
Yeah, better. That's what the problem I have faced here. Actually, I have VC++. I cannot remove from my system because VC++ is my regular practice thing sometimes. Okay. So I generally go for that one. So నేను అది రిమూవ్ చేయలేకపోయినా, కానీ మీకోసం కంపల్సరీ నేను జీసీసీ అని డిసైడ్ చేశాను విన్నారా. కనుక అది నేను దాన్ని డిజేబుల్ చేసి కంప్లీట్ గా అప్పుడు నేను ఈ కోడ్ బ్లాక్స్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేశాను. కనుక మీరు టర్బోసీ లాంటిది ఏమైనా ఉన్నా కానీ దాన్ని డిజేబుల్ చేసి పెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, తర్వాత ఇది ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయండి.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అమ్మ. చంద్రిక మేడం, ఆర్ యూ దేర్?
Yes, sir.
ఐఎమ్ కంక్లూడింగ్ మై సెషన్ అమ్మా.
Sure, sir. You can end it, sir. Thank you so much. I hope all the students are clear with everything, sir.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. It was quite interactive. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We'll again meet on Monday, sir.
Sure, madam. Sure, thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.
All of you, good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Girls, I hope your coordinators have sent the links, right, for mentoring?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, kindly join those immediately.
Can we end this, ma'am?
Yeah, I will end this. So you can leave this and go there. Just leave.